Okay, so I'm going to start my med pass. I'm outside of the patient's room right now, so I will open my EMR and I will check who I have to give this medication to, which is Joanne Smith. Her birthday is October 18th, 1955. She has no known allergies. Her diagnoses are cerebral vascular accident and diabetes mellitus. She has 4 pills to pass at 9 a.m., which is right now. Lopressor 100 milligrams, Glucophage 500 milligrams, Digoxin 0.125 milligrams, and Valium 5 milligrams. Okay. So I'm going to start some hand sanitation. I'll unlock my cart and I will start with Lopressor. Lopressor 100 milligrams. Lopressor 100 milligrams. Joanne Smith is for Joanne Smith. Date of birth 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021, so this is still within date. The MAR says that this is PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can administer this to her orally. This is scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is right now, so I know this is the right time to give it to her. And I know that Lopressor is for hypertension. Set that aside. Move on to the next pill, which is Glucophage. Glucophage 500 milligrams. Glucophage 500 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith, date of birth 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October of next year, 2021, so this is still within date. The MAR says that this is PO. I have a pill, so I know that this I can give this to her by mouth. The pills are intact, and it's scheduled for 9 a.m. May 20th, which is today. And I know that Glucophage is to treat diabetes, or to manage diabetes mellitus. And let's see, the next one is Digoxin. So I have Digoxin 0.125 milligrams. Digoxin 0.125 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Birthday is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021. This is still within date. The MAR says to give this PO. I have a pill, so I know I can give this to her by mouth. And I know that Digoxin is to help treat heart failure. And then next I have Valium. So Valium 5 milligrams. Valium 5 milligrams. Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. Date of birth 10/18/1955. The bottle says that this expires October 2021, so that this is still within date. The MAR says to give this PO. I have a pill. I know I can give this to her by mouth. And I know that Valium is to help treat anxiety. Okay, first check. So now I will check one more time. And I will start again with Lopressor. So I have Lopressor 100 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. That's what I have on my MAR, Joanne Smith. Date of birth 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 20th, 2021. So now that this is still within date. The MAR says to give the med PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give the med by mouth. And it's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is now. And I know that Lopressor is for hypertension. I'll set that aside. Next I have glucophage. Glucophage 500 milligrams. Glucophage 500 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith is the patient on the MAR. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. Date of birth 10/18/1955. The bottle says this expires October 2021, so I know this is within date. It's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is today, right now, so I know I can give this to her now. It says, the MAR says it's PO. I have a pill. I know that I can give it to her by mouth. And I know that glucophage is for treating diabetes, which is what she has, diabetes mellitus. Next, I will move on to digoxin. So I have digoxin 0.125 milligrams. Digoxin 0.125 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Birthday is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. The bottle says this expires October 2021, next year, so I know that this is still within date. The MAR says to give this by PO, and I have a pill, so I know that I can give this to her by mouth. And it's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., so, which is today. I know that I can give this to her now. And I know that digoxin is to help treat heart failure. And next, it's Valium. So I have Valium 5 milligrams. Valium 5 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. Date of birth 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021. So I know that this is still within date. The MAR says to give this PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give this to her by mouth. And this is scheduled for 9 a.m. May 20th, which is right now, so I know that I can give this to her now, and I know that Valium is to help treat anxiety. Okay, so I have my second check done. So now I can knock on the door, I will sanitize my hands, I'll bring my card in. Good morning, my name is Daniel. I am your student nurse, and I'm going to be giving you your medications this morning. And if I could just get your name and date of birth. I look at the wristband and I see it says Joanne Smith, 10/18/1955. The patient tells me her name is Joanne Smith, 10/18/1955. Great. Okay, so I have the right patient, and I wanted to ask Ms. Smith, do you have any allergies? No? Okay, good. So I know that with Lopressor, it's to treat hypertension, so I have to check her blood pressure. So I check her blood pressure, and it's at an acceptable range, so I know that I can pass the Lopressor. I can give the Lopressor to her. And I also know that with digoxin, it's to treat heart failure, so I have to check the apical pulse. So I check with my stethoscope, and her apical pulse is at an acceptable range, so I know that I can give the digoxin to her. And I also know that the Valium is PRN, so I have to assess the patient first. So Miss Smith, are you feeling any anxiety today? You are? Okay, do you want your Valium today? Would you like your Valium today? Yes? Okay, good. So I know that I can give her the Valium as well. And, okay, so then I can start my third pass. So I will sanitize my hands. And I have my cup. And I will start with Lopressor, which I have here. Lopressor 100 milligrams. Lopressor 100 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Date of birth 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021. This is still within date. It is scheduled for 9 a.m. May 20th, so I know that I can give this to her now. And I know that, oh, this is PO. And I have a pill, so I know that I can give this to her by mouth. And I know that Lipressor is to treat blood pressure, and I've already checked her blood pressure, and it's okay. So I know that I can give her the Lipressor. Set that aside. And next I will move on to Glucophage. I have Glucophage, 500 milligrams. Glucophage, 500 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. That's what it says on Lamar, Joanne Smith. Date of birth, 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. I see that there. This expires October 2021. So I know that I can give her the medication because it's within date. The MAR says that it is to be given PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give her the pill by mouth. And it's scheduled for 9 a.m. May 20th, which is now. So I know that I can give her the pill now. And yeah. So I can go ahead and place that into my cup. Alrighty. I'll move these over here. So next I have, let's see, Digoxin. I have Digoxin, 0.125 milligrams. 0.251 milligrams Digoxin. It's for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith, I see that's right on the mark. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021, so I know that I can still give this to her because it's within date. It's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is now, so I know that I can give her the pill now. The MAR says that it's PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give this to her by mouth. And with the Digoxin, it's to treat heart failure, so I already checked her apical pulse, and it was fine. So I know that I can give her the Digoxin. And last, it's the Valium. Valium 5 milligrams. Valium 5 milligrams. This is for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. The date of birth is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021. This is still within date. And the Valium, the MAR says that it's PO. I have a pill, so that means that I can give it to her by mouth. And it's scheduled for 9 a.m. May 20th, which is today, so I know that I can give it to her now. And for the Valium, it's to treat anxiety, and it's PRN, I see. So I've already assessed the patient. She says that she does want the PRN medication, the Valium. So I know that I can give it to her. And the Glucophage, by the way, Miss Smith, is for the diabetes mellitus, right? Okay. So that's correct. Okay. So I have all my medications, and now I can put everything back in. I have my Lipressor, 100 milligrams. Lipressor, 100 milligrams. Lipressor, 100 milligrams. Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. This expires October 2021. This is still within date. The MAR says it's PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give it to her by mouth. It's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m. and which is now, so I know I can give it to her now. The blood pressure is for hypertension, and I've already checked her blood pressure, and her blood pressure was fine, so I know that I can give it to her. And I will put this back in my cart. Next, I have Glucophage. Glucophage 500 milligrams. Glucophage 500 milligrams. Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. Date of birth is 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955. The bottle says this expires October 2021, so this is still within date. The MAR says to give this PO. I have a pill, so I know that I can give it to her by mouth. It's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is right now, so I know that I can give it to her now. And I know Glucophage is to help manage diabetes, so I can put this back in my cart. And I see that I have the blood pressure and the Glucophage in there right now. Next, I have Digoxin. Digoxin 0.125 milligrams. Digoxin 0.125 milligrams for Joanne Smith. Joanne Smith. 10/18/1955. 10/18/1955 expires October of next year. So now this is within date. The MAR says to give PO. I have a pill, so I can give this to her by mouth. It's scheduled for May 20th, 9 a.m., which is right now. I know that I can give this to her now. And I know that Glucophage, or Digoxin, is to treat heart failure. So I've already checked her apical pulse, and it's within a good range, so I know that I can give this to her. So 4 medications. I have 4 medications, and I have 4 medications in here. And Joanne Smith, Valium 5 milligrams, Valium 5 milligrams. Date of birth is 10/18/1955, 10/18/1955. This bottle says it expires October 2021, so I know that I can give this to her. And the Valium, it says it's PO. I have a pill, so that I know that I can give this to her by mouth, and I've already assessed her, and she says that she does want the PRN medication, the Valium. So I know that I can give this to her. And it's scheduled for, 9 a.m. May 20th, which is now. So I know that I can give it to her now, and the Valium is to treat anxiety. Okay, so now I can put this last one in my cart. I will lock it. Okay, Miss Smith, we're ready. You have your water. And I just wanted you to know before I give these to you that you are your right to refuse any of the medications that I'm about to give you. Okay? And so you do know you can refuse, and okay, so you're gonna take them. Great. Here you go. Switch up a little bit more. Patient takes the meds. Great. I check to make sure that she did take them. They're all gone. So I throw everything away. Wash my hands again. And I'll take my cart back out of the room. I will document that she did, in fact, take everything now. And then I will come back in about 30 minutes and assess my patient for any adverse reactions.